Let's talk to Joe B. Is it Joe Biden?
Job.
Could be Joe Biden. It's got a flag next to the name.
Oh, his name, it's JosB, like Jose B. That's what he was doing. Jose B.
Hey.
What the fuck? Is somebody like doing a kickflip off to the side? What's going on?
JosB.
What's up, man?
You're my source of much frustration when you
Hey,
call in.
In that same vein, I was gonna ask if he's hanging out with the Pussycats.
Oh.
Nice. Very good. What's up, dude? Yeah, you should like mute the stream.
Joe's
and, like,
B's
turn
got a
up
fucked
Skype.
up Skype. He's calling, and it's not nice.
JosB's call is taking really long. It's all I want, and I've waited for so long. JosB, will you speak?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What's up, guys? My question would be,
Would be.
what you mentioned the whole idea of having, not wanting to get tattoos because you regret it, and it's something that, would be permanent, and you regret, 5 years later, something like that. That had me thinking about, I don't know, if maybe, I remember you guys talking about, when your kids just hanging out with your cousins a lot and stuff like that, having friends. When you're at that age of like first grade or something like that, when you're really just hanging out with your classmates, you can't really choose your friends. I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you remember, like, back then, if you were just hanging out with kids in your neighborhood, not because you really liked them, but because they were, like, the only people you could hang out with, or cousins like that, and maybe moments where you remember, or you realizing that you really didn't want to hang out with them?
I always grew up in neighborhoods with a lot of kids, at least like 4 or 5 kids always in my neighborhood, and those were always my best friends. And I loved the dudes that I grew up with on my street. I never didn't want to be friends with the people on my street.
Friends on your street are awesome.
Yeah.
When you're a kid,
I got lucky and had like really, really cool friends. My friend Matt, Andrew, who I still hang out with. There was a kid named Big John, a kid named Little John, Danny and David.
All right, let's name all our childhood friends.
Justin.
Shout out to John,
Julian,
Nick, Michael,
Justin Schlegel,
Kyle, Dustin, Jordan, Tyler.
That made you laugh. He grew up on the same street as me.
That's such a funny thing. I did not have that experience. I didn't hang out with any kids on my street. I hated all of them.
Really?
They were all dipshits. I didn't like any of them. But I had that kind of thing at school. I had friends at school who, just because I was around them all the time, that I made friends with, and maybe some were, maybe I wouldn't have hung out with them in another situation, but I was around friends all the time at school. But when I was at home, I don't know, it was I wasn't really near them. And then the kids in my neighborhood, it was really weird. And I don't know how much of it was me just wanting to keep to myself, but honestly, I have bad memories of those kids. Not that they did anything bad, but I just remember them all being shitty. It was just like, it wasn't even a bad neighborhood. I just didn't like any of them. I don't know. But I was fine. I wasn't like upset. I would just be like, all right, I'm at home. I'm away from the other kids. Good with me.
I grew up on a street full of cool kids. Like, even the kids that I was friends with at school were nice. I don't know. I didn't have any shit friends.
Yeah, I kind of had both experiences. Because I moved like between first and second grade, so I ended up moving into a cul-de-sac in second grade where my godmother's family lived. So I would hang out with a slightly older cousin he was basically the one who introduced me to like the internet. Like, I didn't have a computer in my house or anything like that, so I would literally just walk around like the block and just go to his house. And I didn't have any consoles, so I'd play. I played all of like Ocarina of Time, like front to back with him, like playing time. This was the first time I'd ever like seen the internet and stuff like that. So that was a good experience. But I remember distinctly when the place I lived before, I lived at like a dead end, and the kids there were like terrible kids that like did like.
That sucks.
They were. I remember specifically that one time, even the kids in my class, in my like first grade class. There were these 2 kids I remember specifically. They were both named Chris. There was like a Chris A and like a Chris G or something like that. And I didn't really hang out with anyone specifically because you're in first grade, so it's not like you have like set friends. But I remember one time they were like, "Hey, you want to like play wrestling?" in like during like recess or anything like that. And at that point, my parents didn't let me watch wrestling nights. So like, I remember specifically I couldn't stay up late to watch like Raw or SmackDown, something like that. So I would only watch like Sunday Night Heat because I don't know, it was on kind of early and it was only an hour, so I just kind of flipped between Nickelodeon and like whatever channel shows Sunday Night Heat. But yeah, so I was really excited when they wanted me to play like wrestling. But what ended up happening was they gave me a pedigree.
What the fuck? That's
so
fucked
they're
up.
like, yeah, I want to play wrestling, awesome. So before I know it, one dude, supposed to be like between his legs, the other dude picks my feet up because obviously when you can't really do a pedigree to someone. So the one dude picks my legs up, and the other kid grabs me, the arms behind the back, and then gives me pedigree. And then the really terrible part, like that was bad enough, like face in the mud and stuff like that, like pretty bad. But what was worse is that somehow I got the attention for it, which I didn't think made a lot of sense. It didn't. I don't really remember what the like gym teacher or whoever was paying attention to recess at the time, what the reason was for giving me the attention, but that was kind of like.
Dude, you gotta like make new friends.
Yeah, so I'm glad I don't.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you made new friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Right on.
All right, thanks for your call, man.
I didn't understand what he.
He said some kids asked him to wrestle. He didn't know what they were going to do, and they did a pedigree, which is a
I don't know
finishing
what that
move by Triple H.
Triple H.
Where they hold your hands behind your back and
Your head is in between their legs like a pile driver.
and they smash your face on the ground.
Yep. There you go. Now you know. We told that story
Pedigree.
fast.
Um,